Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new day in the Rolling Arches HQ. Behind me we have the Volvo 144 from 1973, which we picked up from a place where it has been in a storage container, like a shipping container, for the past 27 years. In the last video we actually got it started, we have all the lights working and we did a lot of stuff on the brakes. And today we're gonna make the decision of actually cleaning it. And this thing is covered in mold. So I already did a small mold treatment. I got one of those canisters that you put in the car and it should kill the mold, but yeah, it didn't really work for the smell. So this thing doesn't smell good. And I don't wanna get hurt with like diseases or anything. So we are actually gonna pull this car outside. We're gonna wash it inside, outside, bottom, top, everywhere. So we're gonna take apart the full interior today. We're gonna clean up the trunk of the car. We're gonna take everything out of there. We're gonna wash the inside of the car, all the metal stuff. We're gonna wash the outside of the car. We're gonna wash the engine bay, the bumpers, the grille. Every single bit will be washed today. And I think it will take most of my day. But then we also have the job of taking apart the interior. So we're actually gonna dismount every seat. We're gonna take out the rear bench. We're gonna take out all the carpet. I have a carpet cleaner. I have carpet cleaning solution stuff. Fully decontaminate the car. And hopefully she will smell nicely afterwards. The air freshener I got, and it's actually pina colada. I put it in my 240, which I drive daily, and it actually smells pretty nice. So I think this will be a very clean car at the end of the day. So I'm gonna lower the car down, I'm gonna pull her outside, and we're gonna actually start washing her. But this car still doesn't run, or well, it does run, but it doesn't drive. So I have to push her outside, and I don't have much room in front of my shop. So let me figure that out. I'm just gonna roll the time lapse until she's like positioned straight forward in front of the shop, and then I will see you guys again. So guys, we have the 140 outside. I have everything prepped up like supply wise. So I have a cleaner, a degreaser, and all-in-one like all-purpose cleaner for this car. I have that same solution in a spray bottle, a bit more like concentrated, so that can get like the nasty spots of the car. And we're just gonna roll the time lapse. We're gonna wash this car, and I hope you guys enjoy this process. So I'm just going to show you quickly what I'm using exactly. So over here I have a Koch Chemical bucket with a grit guard in there. I have just a pressurized bottle. And then I am using for now Poor Boys World biodegradable all-purpose cleaner and degreaser. So this will, as you can see, removes dirt, dust, grease, stains, brake dust and road grime. So this car doesn't have any road grime, but it does have a lot of rust. So maybe after washing, all the rust will be gone and we will have a fully restored car. I hope. Let's get cleaning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new day, and yesterday you have seen me wash this car, and actually I'm pretty okay with it. Yes, it has some paint work to do. It has some weird spots where I think the shipping container dripped down onto the hood and onto the roof, and it ruined the paint a bit. But look at this. We have an engine bay, and this all looks very nice. Yes, there are some rust spots, but hey, the car is more than 50 years old. The sticker came out great. I'm gonna leave that on there. The engine got a little bit of a wash, nothing too like harsh on electrical stuff. I cleaned all the edges over there, and look at this one. That looks freaking clean. But you can see multiple layers of white paint, so I think the car has gotten a respray maybe once in its life. And that is very weird, because on the one hand, I'm like, this car should have driven like nothing at all, because the valves in the cylinder head are sticking out like the most that I've ever seen. And I've seen heads that like got fully rebuilt. This head is even better than that. So that's very weird. But on other things like the paintwork, you might say that it has gotten a respray. So over here on this door, you can see the blister effect where I was talking about earlier. And that also happened on this fender over here. These are all little blisters, and you can actually press them in. So I'm guessing there is some rust under there, but I am not worried about that at all. We finally have some windows where we can see through. This is pretty harsh going, but we cleaned the full trunk, so just the hose fully inside of here, and I have cleaned every single bit. And look at this panel over there and over there. I also got the license plate lights working because this ground was missing, and this light is actually not working anymore. So that's very weird. Maybe now the car has been inside for a day. I forgot to take out the battery, but that's even weirder. Yesterday we had 2 taillights, and now we don't have 1. I guess we'll just take the taillights out again and fix that permanently. But we do know that some things on this car will stay working. So the headlights all are fine. So this is all pretty decent. These are all like stains. Over here, you can see a stain where there used to be a stain. You can also see the shine a bit. This is a little bit polished. This is not polished. So you can also already see what a bit of polishing by hand does to this car. But today we're actually gonna take out this smelly stuff. We're gonna take out the rear bench, we're gonna take out the back seat fully, we're gonna take out the front seats, and we're gonna start with those. I wanna remove the seats and the back seat, and I wanna get the carpet cleaner, which is somewhere in a storage container over there, and I wanna see how good we can make this look close to that. gentlemen, it's already 4 o'clock in the evening, or like in the afternoon, and we have every single seat and like the full rear bench all cleaned up, all done with the carpet cleaner and the steam cleaner. So all the edges, like the beads on the corners, they're all done, they're all clean. So I'm very happy about the seats. They didn't get like the color they are from factory, but since this car has been in a storage container for like the past 27 years, I can't complain with how the seats look. They do need some new mats where the seat foam is like sitting on, because that's all rusted through, but that's all for a later date. Maybe I can get them from either a 240 seat or something else, but maybe we just make them. Maybe I make my own layout with like the system that an Amazon has, and then you can just use a ratchet strap as a seat binding, which for now, for this car, is good enough, because eventually I just want to get a full new interior. But we can sit on it, so that's a good thing, without getting like sick from the mold. The water that came out of it is all just freaking dirty, and with dirty I mean terrible dirty, because this is one of the like 3 or 4 containers that I got out of there, and in the bottom there is all like black gunk and not very nice stuff. So that's the carpet cleaner. I'm using this one. I think it was like 40 bucks or something here in the Netherlands, so pretty okay. And over here we have all the seats. So the rear bench, so over there, color came back pretty well on those. These ones not so much. I really hope to get like all the grayish out of there, but for now it's okay, because this looks very decent, but if you see the original color, it should look like that. So yeah, not exactly how we want it, but I can live with this. So next up we have the 140 over here, and this thing is completely stripped out of the interior, of course, and that looks somewhat like this. So we have a very dirty, smelly car, and now we get to the bad part. So the rubber trim, which was around these edges over there, actually looks like this, and I don't really want to touch it, but this is all mold. And when I took them out, you could actually see like the tiny mold particles, like the dust particles, floating around in the car. So that's very, very dangerous for your health. So the thing we're gonna do right now is, I have my breathing apparatus, or how you want to call it, over there, my gas mask. And yeah, the next step will be to take the floors out, the carpet. So I'm going to start with the rear carpet. You have one carpet over there and one over there. We're going to start with the rear. So we need to take out the seat belt over there. We need to take out the side seat belt mounting points over there. And then hopefully, I think you can get these out without taking out the full handbrake assembly, which will be nice because this is the only brake we have right now. And then later on, I think on Friday, it's Wednesday now, on Friday we can then take out this carpet, clean this whole thing, because on this side it all looks pretty decent. The floor mats are solid and the floor is solid, but over here, I'm trying to do this without making like dust. You can see this. Let's put on some lighting. You can see this. Yeah, that just stares right over in my hand. And this is all like moldy stuff. So we're gonna take this out of the car. I'm gonna get out of this smelly thing right now. And I'm gonna put that on, roll the time lapse again. There's a lot of time lapse in cleaning a car. But we're gonna take that out, starting with the back, and then work our way to the front of getting this car all nice and clean again. I think we're doing a great job, but let's get the carpet out. So guys, we're still in the shop. Still cleaning the car, totally done, totally tired. But it's around 17 degrees in here. I have my little heater over there running and I'm still cleaning away. So the leather parts of this car, these are like the panels that are on the inside, and these are the interior panels which sit like this, and over there on that side you can see the arch. And these are completely burnt up by the sun, as you can see, the cracks. So I will just find some leather, like blue leather, and we can just use the backing that's still on here. This is all just fine. I clean it with like a moist towel, and that's all fine. The other one is also a bit burnt up, but this one turned out actually a bit yellow when cleaning it. But I just want to get the mold out of here, and we can figure out what to do with the car later on. This is like the handbrake cover. This was full of mold, and as you can see, there are still some white spots on the inside. But this thing has been laying in like a cleaning solution for I think 2 hours, and that's very nice. I did throw in one of those door sill rubbers, like the round rubbers, which were very moldy, in a bucket of soap, but I'm not sure if I'm even gonna try that. But now getting back to the carpet. So I took my cleaning thing and I actually tried it on a bit of carpet, and this turns out pretty well. So I do think there is some mold, like maybe on the backing, like spots like that. This is just cracked, but as you can see, these parts are like stuck on top of each other or something. I don't know, it's like cut in there and then they fold it around to get like the upward arch. That's a bit weird. You don't see that often on these carpets. Mostly it's just like vacuum formed, like you see over there where the gear shifter is actually positioned. But this thing turns out pretty well. So this is all cleaned, this stuff. It's still a bit like damp from the cleaning. So I'm thinking of like hanging it on the lift arms. So I might put out the arms of the lift like all the way up and then hang next to the car like that way. I can maybe clamp them down with some glue clamps, and then it can just drive for a day, because tomorrow, it's Thursday, I'm not here because I need to work on the Aston Martins again. Some different stuff than Volvos. But I really want to get this thing done in the upcoming like 50 to 60 minutes. For now, let's focus on this and hit the time lapse again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new day again. So we ended up with cleaning the carpet, cleaning the seats, cleaning the a small bit of the car on the interior bits of the car. And yeah, I'm actually pretty happy how it turned out. The weird thing is that I came in the shop today and the carpet is dry, but it feels like kinda, I don't know, like greasy. I've cleaned it with the carpet cleaner, so maybe just do a second round, I don't know. Maybe we just throw some cleaner in there again and just keep going over it, but I'm not sure if that's real good for your carpet to like keep cleaning it, keep getting it wet and stuff. So we might just throw it upstairs in the storage bit for now, and then yeah, put it back in the car when the car is ready. So the jobs for today, it's Friday now. We did the last stuff on Wednesday, so we have Friday and we have Saturday, and then we need to edit this video for you guys. So for Friday, for today, we are gonna clean the inside. We have the steam cleaner, we have a vacuum cleaner. We're gonna open the doors of the car. We're gonna keep the shop door open. I'm gonna wear my mouth guard again, my gas mask. And yeah, we're gonna attack the interior. I think you guys need to be glad that you don't get to smell this. And ladies and gentlemen, that was it. The car is finally cleaned up. We have a very clean 140. We have done every single inch of this car. And it's, yeah, I think it's fully clean. So I'm pretty happy of how this all turned out. Of course, the carpet is not back in the car. I have only put one driver's seat in the car to just drive it outside. In the upcoming week, I have not much on like work over here, so I can do a lot of stuff on the 140. So I'm gonna really try to buy some brake stuff. So new discs, new pads and new hardware. And I'm gonna try to take off the master brake cylinder and then try to fix that too. I have the paint over here next to me, so we have some 2K gray paint for the calipers. I got a comment in a recent video about the green books, which apparently say that you don't need to take these calipers apart. But how do you think other companies restore calipers? They take them apart. It's only one tiny rubber ring. So if you have a brake, you have this tiny ring, which actually sits over there, and then one over there, and then this is flat, and you just clamp it on there. So the Volvo Green Books can say what they want, but if you restore calipers, this is the way to do it. Because you want to make sure that you have no debris in there, no dust, grime, rust or anything. So this is the way that I've done it for hundreds of times. Well, maybe not hundreds, but more than enough times on either Volvos, Aston Martins and other cars. So these will all be done in the next episode. We will also get this thing running on its own fuel tank. Because just a minute ago, I have picked up 20 liters of fuel, and today I'm actually gonna take the fuel tank out, clean it fully, get it empty, get the lines all cleared up, and get the car running on its own fuel tank. And that will mean in the next episode you guys will see this car drive on its own. That's what I'm saying now. This car will drive on its own. Without brakes, just a handbrake, but we will drive this thing out of the shop under its own power. So yes, this was just a video about cleaning a old crappy car that has been in a storage container for 27 years. But I hope you guys like the outcome. This thing turned out very clean, very nice, and very, yeah, actually okay preserved. It's not well preserved because yeah, it has some rust, but yeah, we have some things that we can do to this car, and I am dying to actually do that because I have some ideas for a 140 in my head for the past years, and I have been wanting to do that for all those years, and now I finally have the availability of a 144 that is actually like okay to do stuff too. So we might not go the fully original route, but we will keep the B20 in there, and we will keep maybe keep the automatic. I'm not sure about that. I want to see how the automatic drives, because it's only a 3-speed automatic, and we don't know how much RPM that thing even goes to, or like if they are bulletproof or not. But that's all for a future episode. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment under this video on what you think of this car. Now it's all cleaned up and nice, and I will catch you guys next Sunday when we are actually making this car drive and stop and everything. So it's a car again. Thank you. Rolling Heritage signing out. Bye bye.